Hey everyone, I'm here with the 2007 Jaguar X-Type, and I'm going to do a full in-depth review of this car and show you all the interior and exterior features. Alright, so stepping around to the side of the car, we see that we have P225 45 R17 tires. The owner has Pirelli Cinturato P7 All-Season Plus all-season tires on this. These are some of the best all-seasons that you can get in the H-rated and V-rated speed rating classes. The X-Type was made from 2001 to 2009 for the European market and 2002 to 2008 for the US market. This model is a 2007 with only 57,000 miles. The exterior on this is indigo blue with an ivory interior. It also has a luxury package. As you can see, the owner has kept this vehicle in really good shape. Almost no scratches at all on the exterior. Rarely drives the vehicle, and overall it has a very sleek silhouette, and it still has that classic Jaguar styling that was really, a hallmark of this brand for so many years. Alright, so let's step inside the car now. As you can tell, the interior is in immaculate condition. There's leather stitched materials all across the interior, with black brown piping contrasted on the seats. As we step inside the car, we'll see that it's in excellent condition. Very solid door. Window rattles a little bit, but that could be because of how the age of this car is. As we go across the door panel, there's soft touch materials all across the door with wood grain inserts, real wood grain all across the dashboard and the doors. There's soft touch materials up here on the dashboard, as well as down here, all the way down to this airbag cover right over here. It is a hard touch glove box, but this car does have a decent amount of space in there. You can hold the glove box and more. Easily could hold a mid-size or medium-sized purse. There's even wood grain on the steering wheel itself, on the upper and lower portions of it. This car has dual front airbags, side curtain airbags, and side impact airbags for the front occupants. Alright, so let's start up this car now. This has a switchblade key, uses the classic Jaguar type key, and we'll just insert that into the steering column where the ignition is, and we'll start it up. And what you're hearing starting up there is the 3.0 liter V6 engine that makes 227 horsepower and 206 foot-pounds of torque. It'll get this car to 60 in about 6.9 seconds. Has all-wheel drive in this model, so this is basically a fully loaded model apart from the navigation, which was a separate option on this car. And this car is just remarkably quiet and has basically no NVH sounds while it's at idle. As you can tell, it has 57,000 miles. Going over to the center stack in this car, we see that we have the classic Jaguar center console with the J pattern shifter. This car also has a sport mode, as you can tell with this button down here, that will remain active if you turn off the car with sport mode engaged, and then when you restart the car, it'll keep sport mode engaged. That basically holds your gears longer. It doesn't make the transmission shift any faster under full throttle, but it just makes it more responsive for more spirited driving. And that's activated just by pressing this button. Going over to the center of this car, well, I got my phone case there, but we have the stability control button right here. One button will turn off everything on the car. We have two cup holders that are actually really small, so kind of fits the European flavor of this car, where it doesn't really have a lot of space in there for your 44-ounce gas station sodas. But this car is more of a driver's car than it is for just cruising along with big sodas. It has a very soft leather stitched center armrest, and it opens up like this. So you have some room in there, but it's relatively mediocre for the class, I'd say. This car does have a CD player, and some of the CDs are stored in there, so they can fit in there. But it's not very deep and it's not very wide. So it's more of a, you could store your wallet in there or cell phone. Not much else could fit in there. You have a leather wrapped shift handle for the parking brake. You also have a floor mounted accelerator pedal down there, so that's really nice. I prefer those myself. Auto headlights with fog lights over here on the left. You can dim your gauge cluster right here using the controls. You also have kind of like a reset for all of your different trip computers right here. So then you can switch between miles and kilometers right here. As you can tell, this has an Alpine audio system with 320 watts and 10 speakers. It actually sounds really good for this age of car. I think it's one of the best sounding sound systems in the business, apart from the Acura TL's ELS surround sound system, which was also offered from 07 to 08, just like this car, the Alpine audio system was offered throughout the lifetime of this car as well. Alright, so let's step around and check out the rear seats. Unlocking the doors, they're already unlocked, so we're good to go. Good solid sound to the front door there. The back seat is pretty small, to be honest. Stepping back here, has a pretty solid sounding door. I would say it's pretty competitive for the age of the car. The rear seat is pretty darn small, I gotta say, overall. My knees can barely fit back here, to be honest. And the driver's seat is a little bit farther back than it would normally be for a 6-foot tall passenger like myself or driver. So overall, I might get a ½ inch of legroom if I move the seat up to where I'd sit. But overall, I mean, it's pretty tight back here. It'd be good for taking coworkers out to lunch, like for 5 minutes, for a 5-minute drive, but I don't think it would really be a good road trip vehicle. All right, so checking out the rear seat here, we can tell that we got the center armrest with cup holders that are pretty small, to be honest. One is a little bit smaller than the other one, so you can fit a little bit bigger drink here, but they're not very deep, so they could easily fall over under hard cornering, acceleration, or braking. But overall, you know, you have grab handles all the way around the vehicle. Sunroof is on this car as well. You also have a center dome light that you can use, so that's pretty nice to have. Center grab handles, or grab handles on the roof all the way around, so that works really nicely. And overall, I mean, it's very luxuriously appointed, but the rear seat itself is fairly small. So I mean, it's just not going to be good unless you just have kids or you rarely have rear passengers in here. So let's check out the trunk and then I'll wrap up this review. Alright, so checking out the trunk, we'll see just how much space it has and how well it's appointed. So it has gas struts, so that doesn't intrude anywhere on the passenger or the cargo compartment. But it's pretty small back here. The seats do fold down in a 60-40 split. And it's well carpeted. There's carpet all over the interior of the trunk, including the trunk liner as well as the sides and bottoms of the trunk. So it's actually pretty well finished. It's a little shallow, but that also could be because of the all-wheel drive of this vehicle and some of the components that make up the rear subframe. So overall, it's not bad for the class, and it's easily expandable with one of the largest openings for a rear seat folding feature. So this wraps up my review of the 2007 Jaguar X-Type 3.0 all-wheel drive. If you have any questions or comments, please put them in the section below. Thank you for watching and have a great day. Bye.